Okay, first rule of thumb here is do one side of the drum brakes at a time, because there are more than a couple parts here and you're inevitably going to forget where they go or how they go on. So you always have the other side to refer to how to put it back together. First thing to do is remove the lower and upper springs. And I just do this with a needle nose pliers and a screwdriver if I need to. Yep, you need a screwdriver. Always replace the springs when you're doing this job, so you don't have to be careful with them.
You don't have to do this job probably for 10 years at a time, so you might as well, if you have to do it, you might as well do it all.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Next I'm going to remove the E-clip, which is right here, and it's holding the pin from the emergency brake bracket onto the rear brake shoe. Like so. And then next we'll remove the springs holding the brake shoes onto the backing plate with a spring removal tool. The idea here is to relieve the pressure so you can turn the spring so it'll pop out. Sometimes it's easier just to use a needle nose. Turn this end of the spring. I mean the pin.
Can you see that again?
What's that?
The pin. Okay, thank you.
And it fits in this slot here. You can see how the slot is straight. When you install them again, you fit it through straight and then turn the pin, and that's what holds it. Holds the pin in the spring. See, it's just actually easier in this with this type of spring to just use the needle nose and turn the pin, and it releases. Now there is, I believe we can remove, yep, remove the rear pad and the forward and the front pad. And then there's just one more spring here holding the parking brake adjustment lever onto the shoe. You can remove that. This lever you'll have to reuse, or you can reuse. And then the adjustment pin for the brake shoes. Again, you can reuse this. Okay, the whole reason I'm doing this job is because this wheel cylinder is leaking. But I'm gonna replace everything, because then I'm not gonna have to touch this for a long time. There's two 10mm bolts on the back of the wheel cylinder. But first, we'll disconnect the flexible brake hose from the back of the wheel cylinder. Now, the key to this is, if it doesn't turn freely, don't force it. If this is for some reason corroded or rusted, you're only going to twist this brake line. So if it doesn't turn freely, then we'll need to put some PB plaster on it. And it helps if you're turning it the right way. And that broke loose pretty easily.
Good routine maintenance.
Now,
a well taken care of car.
Yes. Another thing I forgot to mention is, before you start this job, you depress the brake pedal at least 1 inch of play, forward play in the brake pedal, and that isolates the master cylinder from the rest of the hydraulic system, and you will drain very little brake fluid and also allow very little air to get back into the system. And voila! Now we're ready to tackle the 2 bolts holding the wheel cylinder on. And the wheel cylinder is off. Now, take note, there is a O-ring on this wheel cylinder. I would not reuse this O-ring. And the new one that I bought did not come with one. So make sure that you either have O-rings on hand, or when you get the new wheel cylinder, ask for an O-ring.